Given the fact that I have worked with people since, I don't know, 20 years or plus, you know, um, I have a lot of stories of other people, incidents, moments, some that I can share, some that I cannot share, some which are shocking, some which are sad, some which are inspirational. This particular story that I'm going to share with you, or conversation, is one that I requested the client, the client of mine, to share. He was not very keen on sharing it because he was not in a very good place. But I requested him. The only reason being there was a lot of learning. And finally, after thinking about it for a day or so, he said, "Okay, fine, but please, I request you. You have to change the details." Okay, so I have changed a couple of details where his identity is concerned. Um, but the story is real, and I want you to hear it. I really want you to hear it. It's about an Indian guy. Now, I've known this guy for, I mean, ages. I told you, I've been doing this for 20 years. Our relationship kind of spans the 20 years in the sense that he knew me, I knew him. We are both born and raised in, Dubai, UAE. And he studied there, I studied there. And you could say our paths crossed when I used to do these, GITEX events where I used to speak on the microphone and make people do things and give freebies and boost the sales. Those of you who have followed me for a long time know I used to dress up in costumes and, like Dracula and all that, and put, colorful lenses, and people used to love to take photographs with me. So I was quite a character then also, even with or without the tattoos. Okay. So this guy happened to bump into me when I used to do these events. And then obviously those days I was super excited about adding anyone and everyone to Facebook. In fact, I'd go and tell people, add me, add me on Facebook, add me on, let's connect, Facebook, LinkedIn, all that. Okay. So once he added me, he came to know what is it that I do. He also found out that I do coaching, mentoring, training. And he got curious to come to one of my sessions. So welcome. He came for one of my sessions, and he kept an open mind. And lo and behold, he liked it. He kind of enjoyed it because I used to have the very relaxed, laid back, fun kind of learn and fun and eat out and go out, kind of a very nice group. So he then bought that time, his girlfriend and fiance. He bought her also. And well, then I got to know both of them. And they were madly in love because they knew each other from their school days. And eventually they, decided to get married. And after they got married, they stopped coming for my sessions. Okay, because, honeymoon and new life and all that. But he did book my sessions for resume rebranding for him, his wife, interview coaching him, his wife. And I'm very proud to say that both of them managed to get better jobs than what they had. And I left a very positive influence in their life, and everything was good. Okay. Now, remember, this was like, 15 or, years ago, whatever, 20 years ago, whatever. Okay. So then what happened was, um, you don't keep in touch with people. Only when people want something from you, they keep in touch. So once I moved to Thailand, okay, obviously I deleted people from my social media. I went through a lot. I went through a lot of ups and downs. And he got in touch with me and he was like, yeah, out of the blue, hey, where are you, man? I've been trying to reach you. Your old number is no longer there. I checked online and have found out you have moved to Thailand. How's it? And blah, blah, blah. Okay, fine, everything. And that is where he said he would want to book another session with me, which was perfectly fine. And obviously, I asked him, hey, how are things? You got married to your girl. And, he said, marriage is perfect. Everything is fine. We have children now. He had not one, not two, couple of them. And they were living in Dubai at an expensive place. They were doing very well for themselves. Okay. So he wanted to move to, at a very senior level. He didn't want, let's say he was targeting the C level, CEO, COO, that kind of level. And obviously he wanted to earn very big salary. So he said, I've been struggling. I I get the interview, but I don't cross the interview. I don't know what is lacking. I want your expertise. I'm ready to pay the money. I know that you're expensive. I don't mind investing. So I was very happy with it, and we worked. Um, and it took time. It took time. I'll be honest with you. It was not like just 1 week and we did it, or 1 month, 3 months. No, it took. If I recollect, it took more than a year. More than a year of working together. There were times where he did get frustrated, where he was wondering whether my coaching does work. I don't blame him for that. But I told him, listen, trust the process. It works. We will get it. And eventually, he did get it. He did get with a semi-government company at a very senior level, and he achieved, the dream. He never thought he would do that, because he is moving to the next level. And we shook hands once again. Thank you very much, Loy. You were very expensive, but you're worth it. Happily ever after. Wife was also happy. Okay, fine. Remember what I told you when I just came to Thailand, and that time he got in touch with me. Okay. However, after I think a year or 2 years, he wanted to book my session again. So I was like, okay, feel free. You just have to pay the money, whatever. Those days there was PayPal. Now PayPal is no longer. You can't use PayPal in Thailand. So he had immediately made the payment, and I was like, oh wow, like you're in a hurry. He said, yeah, I want to speak to you, and he sounded very angry, and I was like, oh, yeah, everything fine. No, Loy, I have to talk to you. Here's the session. Do I have to pay more? I said, listen, you booked me for an hour. Let's first talk. Relax, chill. I don't know what's bothering you. Just let us talk in the evening, and then we'll decide. So, mine is the time difference between Dubai and here is three hours. Yes. So he got in touch with me at around late. I think it was nearly 2 o'clock Dubai time, but luckily, 2 o'clock UAE time, Thailand time. And those days I used to sleep late. So I was able to this thing. So I asked him, what's up, man? What's going on? And he was pissed off because he had a fight with the CEO of the company. He had a fight with some of the board members. And remember what I told you, this is a semi-government company. So obviously they have Emiratis, they have locals, they have Egyptian, they have Syrian, they have British, they have American. And somehow there was a massive ego clash. There, I'll not go into too many details, but it was more of a leadership question. He had a particular style of doing things where he achieved targets. This new guy came over, he took over. They had a massive ego clash. And so he decided, Loy, I want to take your service. I want to get out of here. Want to take up another job, CEO, some other place. You tell me what is your price. We'll go ahead and start. I immediately told him, wait, relax. Take it easy. See, because here's the thing. You don't leave a job till you get another job. You never do that. Okay. You have to first get a job confirmed, written in Dubai, and then you leave the job. That's my policy. He was, I don't know, it had escalated so badly. He told me, Loy, I have resigned. The minute he told me that I have resigned, I was like, whoa, wait. Did you just tell me that you resigned? He said, yes. He's saying, I resigned because I was pissed off and I couldn't wait. Why do you think I'm in a hurry to get in touch with you? I said, boss, why did you do that? I even asked him, can you take it back? Can you patch things? He said, no, even if I could patch up things, I can go to the CEO and say, I did it as spur of the moment. Can you withdraw it? I can do that. I don't want to do that. Because obviously his ego, whatever. He said, Loy, see, listen, I'm ready to pay you top dollar, whatever amount. You just get me what I want. Listen, apart from being a service provider, if you have a relationship with someone for a very long time, you always want to tell them the best. And I told him, look, you're ready to pay me money. For me, that's paradise. But just listen to what I have to say. If you have a job and then you hunt for another job, you can negotiate. But in Dubai, in UAE, when you don't have a job and you go asking for another job, they know that you don't have the bargaining chips. You cannot bargain. you need them more than they need you. They are a company, they have resources. Even the employees don't give a damn whether you're employed or not employed. And at a senior level, when you're talking of C plus, you'll only meet owners of companies, which is a very rare job. It's like a pyramid, down is the sales, and millions of jobs are there. When it goes up, 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 the vacancies are very rare. But try talking to someone when they're emotionally charged. And he went on telling me, Loy, you maybe you have no idea who I am today. And I was like, oh goodness, okay. The ego, yes, tell me, who are you today? And he told me, Loy, listen, I'm not the same guy you knew 20 years. Today, the who's who know me. I get job offers left, right, and center. People are dying to meet me. People are, calling me, begging me to come to their events, to be their chief guest. I just listened to everything he had to say. And then I told him, can I tell you something? Don't be angry with me, okay? We have a strong, he said, you can speak freely. I said, it is not you, it is the position. They are not in love with you, they are in love with your position. They are not looking for your goodwill, they are looking for their benefit. If they call you for an event, they are looking for their publicity, they are looking for their mileage, they are looking for, investors or whatever. Oh, look who we have. Whether they are calling you to schools or institutions or to give talks or keynote, it is your position with the semi-government company. Others, they would not care a damn. I said, you try opening a consulting firm with your name, nobody will care. I guess I was a bit too straightforward. He's like, Loy, listen, can you work? Yes or no? I told him, I can, but it's going to be very hard. You are paying me to tell you the truth. So I'm telling you the truth. So if you still want to go ahead, we can go ahead. He said yes, but later on he said, Loy, I don't like your tone. I don't like that you doubt me. And he went all defensive. I'm sorry, but you're not the Loy that I thought I knew, and blah, blah, blah. He went on and he decided not to work with me. I said, okay, fine. All right, whatever. See, I have to tell the truth. I can't, yeah, sure. I'll help you get a CEO job and this and that. And as it is, to get that job itself took nearly a year. Now, when you don't have a job and you're asking, and that also for the top position, getting a CEO job is not a cakewalk, man. Well, I guess he had enough money and his wife was working, so he didn't get in touch with me for a couple of years. Now, it has been, 8 years or 9 years since I came here. He called me up a few days ago. Remember, this is a gap of after nearly 6 years, 6, 7 years or whatever plus, yeah. And hey, Loy, how are you? Can we book a session? Is it the same PayPal? I told him PayPal is no longer there. You have to pay through my website. Okay, he paid, and we decided to, I always speak video to video. When I asked him video, he first refused. I said, come on, man, stop being shy. We have always spoken on video. He's like, okay, give me a few minutes. He disconnected and came back again. And this time when the video was on, I was very surprised. Very, very surprised. He had lost most of his hair before he had spiky hair. I knew him as always a guy who would, keep fit or at least look fit. He had put on weight. He had some black, this thing. I think because of diabetes, he got diabetes and blood pressure, and he had a lot of white because obviously age. You know, it took me a few seconds. I was like, whoa, what the fuck happened, man? And we had grown a beard. I said, at first I thought like, I joked, hey, you have become like a Sadguru, you become a sannyasi, huh? So he was just smiling, and I could see sadness in his eyes. His eyes had sunk in. I kind of realized, okay, he's not in a very jokey kind of a mood. So I told him, all right, tell me what's going on. Long story short, he after losing his job, he went to all those very same people who had dying to give him a job, dying to give him offers and send him, hey, anytime you're looking for a job, come join us. Anytime you want a partnership, my door is open for you. Anytime you decide you are trying to shift, call me first. He checked up with all those people and not one of them entertained him. All those people who said, my doors are open for you. Well, the doors apparently were not so open. Where the guy said, this position is meant for you. They had already taken someone else. Where the guy said, anytime you're looking out for a new job, call me first. The guy had a different set of plans. And unfortunately for him, all the people on LinkedIn, all, not even an exception, those people who were kissing his ass and writing in mails and praising him for his comments, none of them entertained him. But given that his ego was so high, his pride was so high, he didn't want to give up. He opened up a free zone company and took out his own consulting with his own name. And, because now at least he has a visa, he's not desperate. So the company didn't give him a ban or anything, but they gave him a non-competitive clause. That was a major blow because now he could not get the job in the same industry. He opened up a consulting firm where he would consult all other areas, but deep down he would also consult the same industry, but not officially. And now when you can't do it officially, you can't market yourself. Obviously, the industry, doesn't will not know. And there was always the danger that if he would mention it publicly, maybe news would go to them. They could take legal action. He had a non-competitive clause for 2 years. That means he couldn't work with any competitor. He only had the option of having a consulting this thing. And I'll tell you, once you're no longer in the industry, very hard. So one by one, everyone started to ignore him. He couldn't take it anymore. And I don't know why did he do this. If that was one big mistake, he did the even bigger mistake where he started hunting for jobs in India. And I think it was the time where, unicorns and big investments were there. So he got into a partnership with one guy who decided they would do something online in terms of business, big money investors from US. And they were looking at, all these. The guy who was speaking to him gave him a big bullshit story. We are going to do multi-billion dollars and we'll go for $500,000,000, sorry. We'll go to USA. He gave him so many stories. He actually fell for it and became the uh, managing partner. Okay, because he wanted a big position. He wanted to show everyone, and because there were investors, because you have to pitch and meet the who's who rich people, and plus go for exhibitions, conferences. This is where he did the second mistake. He left Dubai and he went to India, and he gave 100% heart and soul into that company. The problem with partnerships is it is like marriage. When times are good, everything looks like a honeymoon phase. But when things go bad, shit will hit the ceiling. And when things are not working out well, the partner, whoever he was, decided to shut down. And herein was the next problem was he was promised sun, moon, and stars in terms of his package remuneration. Somehow he didn't have the foresight that if the company closed down, what severance package he gets. He never discussed this. And because the guy just closed down the company, and lo and behold, he didn't get anything. That guy made sure that he protected his interests and they shut down. Now, because he was not there in UAE for all these months or years, everyone forgot about him. Because he came to India, he tried as a managing director, big owner of a company. Everyone thought he had money. Now the company is shut down. People realize he doesn't have any money. And now he's applying as an employee. And here's one bitter fact. For those of you who have been India or abroad, you'll know this. Once you leave India and you go abroad, if you think they're going to welcome you back, they'll never. They'll tell you, bugger off. It's NRI is not non-resident Indian. It is not required Indian. So when he came back, initially they thought he had millions of dollars or his managing partner. Everyone was kissing his ass. Very quickly, he found out that everyone was just faking it because they thought they could get favors out of him. Nobody cared. In India, it's even more brutal. And then when he started to apply, the very same people who he showed a business card, managing partner, owner, founder, all that bullshit, where they were shaking their hands, when they asked them, do you have any openings or whatever, where we can work as partner? Very soon, they distanced themselves from him. He went through a very big phase, a long, lengthy phase of being unemployed. And remember, all this while, he was not earning a salary. And very soon it started eating up into his savings. And out of desperation, because his savings went to a very dangerous level, he had to take up a job. And like this, when shit hits the ceiling, everything collapses because he was not there, with his wife. He was not staying there. His wife and his relationship started to get rocky, and she was fed up and tired of him. And she was fed up and tired of being the man of the house. And she even threatened a divorce because, she couldn't support him anymore. And so, out of desperation, he took up a job because he no longer had the power. He no longer could shout and scream at her because when he was earning big money, yes, he could. But now, when your wife is earning and taking care of you for months and this thing, she will give you. She'll. It's not that she was a bad person, but how much she has kids to take care of, she has herself to take care of. Plus, she has him, and education in India, in Dubai, is not cheap. He took a job, and that also, it seems, out of 100, 20% of what he was getting. 20%, let that sink in. He tried working. India's environment is so very different. He suffered. He suffered a lot. And lo and behold, now it has reached the point where he can't take it anymore. And now he just found out that his wife is about to lose a job. So double jeopardy. So wife doesn't respect him. Wife has to support 2, 3 children. Wife has to support herself. Wife had been supporting him. And she's like, you either buck up or I want a divorce. I can't carry your sorry ass anymore. So now he decided he is going to come back to Dubai. And once again, he decided to get in touch with me. Okay, I'm on Dubai. And I'll tell you something. If you leave a company, you resign from a company you're forgotten within a few days. Within a few days, people forget you. Days. This guy was away from Dubai for years, not days, not weeks, not months, years. And I told him point blank, see, listen, you want to go back to Dubai, right? Okay. Because they pay better salaries than India. I told him this gap in your CV, major, they will ask you questions and you can't put, I'm the founder, I'm the CEO. And he's saying the guy who's the CEO will feel threatened by you. So you'll have to dumb down your CV. Okay, that's one thing. And next thing is, I told him that you are in your comfort zone, so you didn't develop any skill, any talent apart from talking and all that. Saying you come to Dubai, it's going to be a shocker for you. But once again, he decided he would do what he felt was right. And I told him, okay, you are paying me for a service, I'll do your resume. But let me tell you, it's going to be a very tough, very, very tough thing that you're going to do in Dubai. I told him, discuss with your wife before going there. Um, Keep some savings. Don't just go there because it's very different. Once again, he decided not to listen to me and he went back to Dubai. And to his shock and surprise, number one is all his contacts were non existent. People had changed. Those who are there gave him a polite hi, how are you? And they didn't bother. He found the expenses shocking. The rent had increased to mad levels. The parking had increased to crazy levels. Even the road toll. In fact, he didn't factor this. He didn't think that Dubai had changed. He ended up getting more than, I think, 12 or 14 fines within the first month itself because, he was driving a car or whatever. 14 fines. That's a lot of money. His wife and him have been fighting ever since. She has been trying to save costs, but obviously she can't show the world that she's in trouble. But she's under tremendous stress because she might lose his job. And now he's also struggling. And I just told him, I know he's going through a tough time. So I told him, if anywhere you go for an interview, anything, I know that you're going through a tough time. You can just call me. Okay. Sadly, the places where he did get called, we managed to work through the interviews, but the salary was nowhere to where what he is to get. It's a fraction of what he thought. And now he's going through a very, very tough time. Mental depression, emotional depression, it can kill you. And he's going through a very tough time. So it's still work in progress. I told him not to lose heart. I told him we'll fight this together. And sometimes he does break down and this thing, but you have to be strong because nobody's there to wipe your tears. And I told him, you have another few more years before retirement. You have to work together with your wife. You have to stay together. The wife also, she has lost heart. She has lost faith in him because I think it has been close to 8, 9, or 10 years, whatever, since he had reached his peak, and now it was all decline. See, just one bad decision after another. The problem is many people believe it is their skill, it is their talent, it is their charisma. They never factor in it is the right time at the right place and luck. If those things are not there now, you can have all the talent in the world and be living in Palestine. It's not going to help you. Luck is very important. Right place, right time, right contact. Anyway, the only good news, silver lining, is he's getting interview calls because I modified his CV, dumbed it down. But it's the salary that is a killer because that I can't force him to accept. He has to agree and decide. And I told him, before your wife loses a job, you better get one because they don't want to take another company, another visa, another headache. And since they have these kids, they have to also complete their, uh, you know, +2 in college. The problem is these kids, they don't want to go to India because they are born and raised in UAE. That's another problem. When children are used to a particular lifestyle, they don't want to go down. In fact, they even had a discussion. We want to study in Canada, USA, and all that. And he lost his mind. He was like, "Are you mad? Here we are dying to survive. We are thinking to put you in India, and here you're asking, forget Dubai. I want to go to USA." So it became a very ugly affair. And when you have young kids, they don't understand, and there was a big fight. Anyway, that's besides the point. Anyway, I wanted to share this story with you because I like to keep things real. And I want to caution you, please do not get overconfident thinking that you can achieve the sun, moon, and stars. Yes, maybe you have a good job right now. Yes, maybe you're earning a good salary right now. Yes, maybe you have a lot of friends and a lot of girls and a lot of people and you're being called like a VIP. That is only when days are good. When days become bad, you better start praying to God if there is one. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, good, bad, ugly. And please don't put anything negative as it is. He's going through a tough time. If you can give anything motivational, inspirational, or anything worthwhile, constructive, it would be great. I'm not going to delete your comments, but it would be nice if you could. When a guy is drowning, don't shit on him. That's all I say. All right. You guys take care. Let's hope for the best. That's all I can tell you. Chalo.